Imagine waking up more than 4,000 years ago. The sun has not fully risen over the Nile yet. You step outside and in the distance you see the thing that has taken over your life. A mountain is growing out of the desert. The pharaoh wants a tomb for eternity. Not a house, not a temple, a mountain made from stone. And somehow you are expected to help build it. You do not have trucks. You do not have cranes. You do not have engines, steel, electricity, or computers. You have stone tools, copper tools, wooden sledges, ropes, boats, water, and thousands of other people. This is the world of Khufu's pyramid. Today we call it the Great Pyramid of Giza. But to you it is simply the biggest job anyone has ever imagined. Every day another layer rises. Every day more blocks arrive. Every day the pyramid becomes harder to understand. Because one block is already heavy. But the pharaoh does not want one block. He wants millions of them fitted together into a structure so huge that it can be seen from miles away. Your day begins with stone. Much of the pyramid's core limestone comes from the Giza Plateau itself. The builders do not need to search the world for every block. They cut much of the mountain from the ground around the mountain they are trying to build. Workers mark the quarry. They cut channels around the block. They pound, chip, and separate the stone. Then comes the moment nobody enjoys, moving it. A block is placed onto a wooden sledge. Ropes are tied. A crew gathers in front of it. Someone calls the rhythm. Then you pull. At first the sledge barely moves. The ropes bite into your hands. Your legs slide in the sand. But the crew does not pull like random people. Everyone leans at the same time. Everyone moves to the same rhythm. And in front of the sledge, someone pours water onto the sand. That small detail matters. Dry sand piles up in front of the runners and fights against every pull. Damp sand holds together more firmly, reducing the resistance. It does not make the stone light. It makes the impossible slightly less impossible. And that is how a pyramid is built. Not by making one giant miracle happen. By making thousands of difficult things a little easier. But your local limestone is not enough for everything. The smooth white casing stones that will make the finished pyramid shine come from Tura, across the Nile. Some of the granite used deep inside the monument comes from much farther south, so other crews work on water. The Nile is their highway. One of the strangest pieces of evidence from this period is a diary written by an official named Merer. It records his crew moving limestone from Tura toward Khufu's construction complex. That means the people building the pyramid left behind something surprisingly ordinary. A work log, not a magical secret, not an alien map, a schedule. Stone moves by boat. Boat crews sail through channels toward Giza. Blocks are unloaded. Then they are dragged again, from the river to the building site, and when you finally reach the pyramid, the real problem begins. Getting a block across flat ground is hard. Getting it higher is worse, because the pyramid is no longer a small platform. It is a rising wall of stone. How do you pull a block upward without dropping it, breaking it, or killing the people below it? The honest answer is that nobody knows every detail. We know the builders used ramps in ancient Egyptian construction. We know they used ropes, sledges, and levers. But no complete plan survived telling us exactly how Khufu's builders placed every stone near the top. Maybe some ramps ran straight outward. Maybe others climbed along the sides. Maybe crews used short ramps, platforms, and levers in stages. Researchers still argue about the exact design, but from where you stand, the basic idea is clear. You are not lifting a block from the desert floor to the top in one impossible move. You pull it up a little. You move it onto a platform. You raise it again. You place it. Then the next crew does the same. And the pyramid rises one layer at a time. By now you understand something important. The pyramid is not being built by one group of exhausted people pulling stones all day. It is being built by a system. While your crew pulls, another crew cuts stone. While they cut stone, boat crews move casing blocks. While boats move, rope makers twist new ropes. Carpenters repair sledges. Surveyors check lines and levels. Bakers make bread. People prepare food, water, tools, shelters, and medical care. Managers record who goes where. The pyramid is not just a pile of blocks. It is one of the largest construction projects the ancient world had ever seen. And it has to stay organized every day. If the ropes arrive late, the stone does not move. If the boats do not arrive, the casing blocks do not appear. If workers are not fed, nobody pulls. One missing part can slow everything down. That may be the real secret of the pyramids. Organization. We like to imagine ancient people as improvising in the sand. But the people at Giza were planners. They measured, they checked, they repeated. They had generations of experience before Khufu's project even began. Earlier Egyptian pyramids had already taught builders painful lessons. Some pyramids had unstable angles. Some had structural problems. Some did not survive as planned. So the Great Pyramid was not a sudden miracle. It was the result of centuries of trial, error, failure, and improvement. That is why the precision feels so unbelievable. The base had to be level, the corners had to meet, each layer had to support the next one, and every mistake near the bottom would become a bigger problem higher up. So while you pull your rope somewhere nearby, a surveyor is checking measurements again, not once, again and again. Because when a structure must survive forever, close enough is not enough. Years pass. The pyramid grows. At first it looks like an enormous staircase. Then it becomes taller than anything around it. The work does not feel like history while you are doing it. It feels like heat, dust, rope burns, noise, the sound of stones scraping over wood. But one day you step back, you look up, and you realize the thing you have been building is no longer just a construction site, a mountain made by people. And thousands of years later, people will look at it and ask the same question. How? How did humans build this without machines? But that question has a simple answer. They did use machines, just simple ones. Ramps, levers, sledges, ropes, boats, water, and the most powerful machine of all, thousands of people working inside one incredible system. The pyramids are not proof that ancient Egyptians had secret technology. They are proof that human beings can do things that look impossible when knowledge, planning, physics, and teamwork come together. The pharaoh may have asked for a mountain, but it was ordinary human hands that made it rise.